Hey guys, what's up? It's schlaw coming back to ya with another episode of Car Rides with Schlaw. And as much as I'd like to say that everything is all better, it's really not. And I think even what just happened is kind of reflective of that. So I had turned off my iPhone 7 Plus, I don't know, just like a random habit I wanted to get into. Just like, okay, well, since I don't really use it on the weekend, maybe it's a little bit better for it to just might as well turn it off. I don't really know. And so then when I got in the car, I had to turn it on, and that obviously delayed the starting of the recording a lot, because when I plugged in the microphone, I guess it didn't register. I guess there was lag to it registering the microphone being inputted. I still waited a little bit. Like, I usually plug my mic in and I wait, and then I open the recording app. You know what I mean? Like, I usually move like that anyway. I give it a chance. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I still did that today, and it still wasn't enough. And I think it's just because, and I can tell when this 7 Plus, this iPhone 7 Plus, when you turn it back on, there's definitely a pretty severe sluggishness. And, that's kind of been worked out on newer phones. They're just the storage and the CPU or something, because you don't really notice, like, really much lag at all after a reboot. And then so I had to unplug, replug, stop everything. And so I'm already running later than I would have really wished. I mean, because that's not even getting into what happened this morning. So this morning, I woke up at my normal time, and I was actually pretty happy about that, and I was gonna, like, get up and do stuff. But instead, I just didn't. I mean, I laid in bed, but I thought I was gonna be awake, and I just fell back asleep again, like, kind of in, like, a strange way, because I didn't think I was going to. Like, I didn't think I was going to fall asleep again, but I did. It was weird. Like, I mean, there's plenty of times, like, I've woken up and then I'll be laying there and I know I'm going to fall asleep again. Like, I feel really tired. I feel like I want to fall asleep again. I mean, there's a huge difference. But no, this was like, it was like a surprise. I was like, whoa. Like, when I came to and I looked at the clock, I was like, whoa. I didn't feel like that was going to happen at all. I felt completely fine. And so that's pretty frustrating, because I have it baked into my routine. It's a very nice routine. I have time to eat my food in a relaxed way. I have time to get my bearings about things, and I didn't. Obviously. Didn't have any of that time. no time to get my bearings or do any of that stuff, and it's just a worse morning. And then I still ended up being a lot later than I really wanted to be. I mean, it just happens, right? It just happens, but I don't know, man. I don't know what's going. Well, I know, but like I said, I think it's just like I really, and I know you're not supposed to do self-diagnosis, but at this point, it's just so like abundantly clear that I go through these manic episodes followed by depressive episodes. I mean, there's no like beating around the bush anymore about it, man. Like this has happened so many times in my life. There's no other way to describe it, and it's the reason why it's not fun is because you go from being superhuman, like literally better than everybody. And not that it even matters, right? So like me wording it in that way is for descriptive purposes, because it doesn't matter that you're better than everyone. What matters is that your life, in a completely singular and non-comparative way, is better than your non-manic life. It is superior. You don't need to sleep as much. When you wake up, you just get right up in the morning. You're motivated. You're on target. And why I'm comparing it to others is just to give the contrast. It's not to say, oh, it's about being, oh, I'm better than this guy. No, it's not about that. It's about what is it about? It's about like you in your own self. It's no competition. It's a competition just with yourself and feeling like, you know, a couple weeks ago I was powerful. I was really, and it's on tape, you know. This has been documented and recorded. And then you lose it all and you're back to being just normal. Because now I think I'm just normal. If anything, probably below normal, because not everybody is depressed. And I think kind of what the issue is I keep clinging to things that are not helping my depression. It's things that they're not really a good solution. Let's put it that way. Working extra hours is like fine, but it's not necessarily the healthiest thing for me to do. You know, it's not. Working as many as I was, I think you could easily make the argument it's just not healthy. You could probably make the argument that given, you know, when you're young, it's really what you should do. But I'm well aware, and we know this based on data and just how people act, nobody, a strong majority of humans never works more than just full-time regular. I mean, and if anything nowadays, it's like, you know, most people work less than that. I know the average for men, I think, is usually 41, but I honestly would really wonder if that's accurate, or if the true, like, median is still most people work, like, 30-something. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't even understand how that works. I think the only people who are doing all right is people who don't have to drive, because just with car expenses alone, I just cannot understand how people are afloat right now. So it's crazy. It's a bunch of craziness. But back to myself, because this is supposed to be my documentation of what's going on with me. I keep finding these things that are going to bring me hope and heal the depression, but it's not really solving the problem. I guess I just can't figure it out. Like, I really do. I guess that's the problem. The problem is I really am not able to figure out what's wrong, because it's still these same situations. Nothing is ultimately changing in my life. It's just the same. It's the same patterns with things where I find joy in something that it's probably cope, and then I get crazy about it and I get so happy, but then nothing fundamentally actually changes, and then things go back to normal. And then there's a drop because I was so happy and now I'm so sad. And at both ends of the extreme, it's very difficult for people to sympathize or understand, because it's true. I think there's times in my life where I'm happier than anybody. I've probably been just one of the happiest guys, just period. I mean, I've really had these moments of joy that I think most people, it's really hard for them to replicate that. Just like intoxicating levels of joy without the use of substances. People say that to me so much. They think I'm on drugs. They can't believe that I'm not using anything with the way I sound and the way I act and just how happy I am. But at that same time, I have lows lower. I feel like my lows have been deeper. And it's never, to try to articulate it, of course, sad is an accurate description, but I really think it's more about an intense numbness, an intense withdrawal, where I just feel numb. I can't really put my finger on it, and that's why I think it's mania, because it's not rational. You know, none of it makes any sense. Like, even now, like, I don't think I should be that upset. Like, I don't really understand why this past week. I mean, I know why. Bad stuff happened to me, and like, that's valid and all this stuff. But there's still just, like, I don't know. But yeah, it's scary. It's not making a lot of sense. You know, adding up the numbers, seeing where I'm going to be at income-wise and money savings-wise. It's just not making a lot of sense to me. And I don't know, I guess it's good that I don't really have anything else I'd want to do. And I've been like that even during the good, even during the upswing, the mania. It's like, I have no idea what I would be doing with myself right now. So working is fine. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what else I would do. I would literally sit around at home on my computer, but it's boring. I mean, it's not, and I mean, work's boring too. Like, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. Like, I don't think I could really Like, I can't quit. It's just, like, stupid. There's nothing even interesting to engage in. And so, yeah. This, I'm just talking about it, documenting it. I hope things get better. But I don't know. Now it's like, it's really hard because I had such a good routine. And it kind of seems like now it's possible that it could be gone. Like, what if the routine I had before, it's like unrealistic for the non-manic state? You see what I'm saying? What if that's just not, it's just not possible? And yeah, I don't know what's going on now. I'm really spiraling out of control. I'm not keeping up with a lot of responsibilities at home. I'm just not there. I'm resorting more and more to pleasure, to just talking to people, burning my time up, doing things that are not productive. I'm not much of a show watcher, but just putting noise in front of my face, it's just, yeah, what do you mean by that? I don't know, man, just watching old stuff from my childhood and, YouTube, I guess. I don't know, it's just like, but it's frustrating, man, because, like I said, it's very hard for people to empathize with that. I don't know. And I think the worst part is people, I mean, I guess I just want these people who are as verbose as I am, and I never meet people like that. Nobody really talks enough, and usually the people who talk a lot, it's not about depth, it's about these shallow topics. So I guess what I want is people, and a large amount of people, to talk a lot and go in great depth on being vulnerable about things. And that's the problem, because that's obviously, anybody watching this video right now could tell me you're never gonna find that, because that's just not how society is. So that's why I don't like how things are, because I'm out of place. I'm not thinking about money. I'm not thinking about how cool I am. I'm not thinking about those things. And that's what people really love. People love money. They just love money. And I don't think they understand. It's just there to organize. It's not even, doesn't even matter. It's just value of labor. It's just to organize people, but it shouldn't even be the way it is, It just shouldn't. And it's like, so many people just have no idea. Am I really the only person to think? I mean, because that's what I'm saying. If I win the lottery, let's say I played, because I don't play the lottery. Of course not. But let's say I won the lottery, and then let's say I get a good life. I've talked about this concept before, but don't be surprised if you hear it even again at some point. Let's say I win the lottery. Let's say I get my life. It's on the backs of a bunch of people suffering. I mean, lottery tickets are such a horrible... I mean, if you don't win, they're horrible. And obviously, not many people win. And so it's on the backs of a bunch of people suffering, and it's not... I mean, I guess that's just competition, and that's just life, right? Is some people pull ahead, but it's always on the backs of a lot of negative energy. Winning comes at a cost. And of course you hear what I'm saying, and you think, oh, well, I mean, sports, like, it's not a huge deal. Well, I assume it is. I mean, the sports, like, even in, I don't know, football, like, yeah. Football, like, if certain teams consistently do better, it adds value to the team. I'm assuming okay, this is a lot of guessing, but they probably can get paid more, right? I mean, I'm not sure the ins and outs of how it works, but it at least just helps the team. I mean, it's the objective. It's everybody would want to win. And so, but there's only one winner every year of all those teams. If I had to assume, there's probably like 40 teams. High 30s, low 40s. That's my estimate. Feel a little stupid saying that because I don't really know, but that's my guess. That seems like a lot of teams, though. I don't know if that's true. Yeah, that just don't seem right. I'm thinking more in the 30s, the third, that, not the low 40s. I don't know. Maybe, whatever. No time to think about it. There's no time to think about it. What I'm going to say is that winning comes at a cost. For every rich person, there's 100 poor people. And like I've said before, in some ways maybe that's fair, but I think there's a lot of rich people who don't really appreciate it. And I've always said on this show, like, I mean, I'm a rich if I would really appreciate it, and I would do a lot of things with the money, like, that I don't see billionaires doing. And, I mean, some billionaires do a lot of, like, optimizing stuff. But not many. Like, I honestly think a lot of times, and that's why on this show I've kind of said, I mean, it's not really a class issue. I think it's a mismatch issue. Like, I think some people should be richer than others, but there's certain people where, like, some people just shouldn't. Because if you have all that money and you can't appreciate it, that just doesn't make any sense. Like, if you have people, and I think that's probably the case for most, if not all, billionaires, because I don't even know if it's possible for the human brain to really comprehend and appreciate that severe amount of money. I don't know if that's possible. And that's the whole issue, right? It's just like, yeah, I mean, I don't think that would be a possible thing to do. Is to be able to appreciate $1 billion. I mean, you get to a point where it just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Like, I obviously think you can appreciate being a millionaire. I mean, it's lavish, but I'm sure, anybody can appreciate that. That's not really outside of the, realm of possibility. But I just can't even, I don't know what I would even do with the money if I was a billionaire. Because there's only, I guess I could get like really crazy stuff done, but I just don't think it's necessary at all. And I guess, is that a bad thing? Should I have more ambition and more, like, that's what I think about, because I feel like that's the point, is you have to have, like, that's how those people get there, is they just have drive to do it, and they really grab opportunity. They're not stuck thinking like how I am. So it's so different. It's just all so different. Like, I don't know. But I've been thinking a lot. That's what I've really been doing in bed. Thinking about things, trying to process what I've been going through and why life is how it is. I mean, I just don't get it, man. I don't know what to do anymore. It's, you know what I was gonna say? And this is the way I feel about it. I don't think I needed to be a child longer. I think I needed to be an adult sooner. I think that's the problem that I'm going through. Because I just don't know. I think I was, just not. I wasn't really tasked with being an adult until 21. And I just think that's far too late. I probably... But see, even in school, I couldn't take it. I literally couldn't function. I couldn't... Like, that's what doesn't make any sense. And I guess it was diet. I guess it was lifestyle. But I just could not manage school at all when I was a teenager. I really could not. And I actually, thinking about it, I don't know what would have been better for me. I think it's possible that I should have actually just had like a random break from, like, I probably should have been seeing a therapist and something should have been figured out, but I don't know if that really would have been the answer, because I'm not sure, like, if they would have just put me on meds or something, I don't know. My dad wouldn't have went for that. I'm not really sure how into it I would be, but I guess it's possible that I just don't like what I hear about meds. I mean, you know, people gaining weight, people like sleeping extra. It's just, I don't know, you know, like I question meds that would do those things, because those things have such horrible side effects. And I've heard it from people that, you know, they take a med and then they gain weight and then they're like sleeping for extra long, and that both of those things are not good, you know. So whatever the med is helping, I guess it's like but again, I'm not qualified to really speak on this. That's the thing. I'm not even, so my opinion doesn't really matter. Like, I could be dead wrong about what I'm saying right now. I never really looked into it, so I probably shouldn't be making like assumptions about it. But anyways, just wanted to point out I always felt that way. Like, if something's gonna be given side effects like that, I mean, it's not, I think something's up. I think something's up if something's gonna be given side effects like that. That's just all I'm saying. Something's up. Or no, sorry, I just cannot get a grip recently. I mean, the benefits of the med, I really wonder if they're outweighed by the downsides of sleeping extra, because not only is sleeping extra unhealthy, but it's you also just have so much less time, you know, like that's really not a good thing, you know what I mean? It's just not a good sitch at all. Just not a good sitch. So, what am I saying? Yeah, I don't know though. I mean, I guess if it prevented manic episodes, that might be worth it. I think it probably depends on how severe or harmful the mania is. Because I know mania is not good. It's not good to go through mania. Like, it's unhealthy. I think it causes damage usually. And so when it just gets worse and worse the older you get, I guess. But I probably has to do with how, like, I don't know that somebody like me would need to be put on meds. I mean, it's possible, but I'm saying, like, like, the biggest harm that I get is, like, financial harm, right? But even then, it's not really enough to... Because, like, there's probably people who are bipolar who, like, it's a problem, you know? Like, it's bad. You know what I mean? With me... I just don't understand this light at all. I thought it was a camera thing, but there's nobody there. Anyways, I'm sorry. Oh man, it's just always is so I don't know why it has to be so confusing. Anyways, what I'm getting at, oh man, that just really threw me off. I thought for sure I was just gonna make it through because I didn't even see anybody there. and I thought it was a camera, but now I don't know what the deal is with that one. What am I saying? I don't know. I wonder if... No, it probably would just be slower, but... Thinking I could probably go a different way to get to work. That might be... I mean, not faster, but... You know, I think a lot of the refreshingness of working has worn off, too. Like, the more you do it, I don't know if it's the fact that I do the show, so it's like different now, but that doesn't make any sense. I mean, I don't want to say it was fun, but it used to be kind of fun to have the routine of the driving and the getting gas and being on the highway and things like that, but after you've been doing it for like a year, it kind of loses its excitement, because this is coming from someone where, you know, I never really go anywhere or anything like that, so it's I guess it was just exciting. But then again, back then I had my Mini Cooper, and that was obviously like a super fun car to be in and stuff. So I think that depends too, when you have like a, you know, a special vehicle. It's different, you know, it's a different situation versus if... So, I mean, that's just what, like a rich person privilege? I mean, there's some special cars that are cheap, like Minis are cheap, but they're just not very cheap to own, and it's a little bit stressful because, you know, their reliability and stuff. But yeah, I guess there's plenty of like cooler kind of cars that aren't necessarily that expensive. And yeah, I don't know. Here we are again, another day, right? Just another day. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still not really doing well, and I just got gypped a couple seconds here, which is not fun. But okay. Yeah, I just made okay time. It's not great, not horrible, but just fine time. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna last. I just don't know how much longer I can last. Which is concerning. I mean, I was really, like, optimistic about everything, and then, you know, then now it's just, like, back to feeling not good. What is there to do? I don't know. I just don't know, guys. Alright, I mean, there's no reason to beat around the bush any longer. It's just time to deal with it. Alright. Have Have a good day, guys. It's been schlaw, but now it's time to buy schlaw. So, see ya, schlaw.